But you'll notice both foot platforms are in the same position. We need to rotate one of these foot platforms back 180 degrees. For that, we're going to take the 8mm hex, and over here on this side, what you notice is we have what's called a one-key release right there. We unscrew this crank bolt right here, and it extracts the crank arm off of the bottom bracket spindle. Okay, so it's coming off. Keep doing it until you hear it click. Hear it click there. Okay, now it's free. All right, now I'm going to rotate this one back on the other side 180 degrees. So it goes back like that. Now I'm going to put this one back on again on this side. Now the two platforms are 180 degrees apart, and we'll screw this back in again. We'll screw it in first using the Allen wrench in this orientation, and then we're going to use the long lever and tighten it very securely. Okay. Your StreetStrider is now assembled. All right. We can take it off of this box, set it on the ground, check a few things. Okay. We can make sure that this is a smooth motion, goes around cleanly. We can plug in these little plastic inserts where all the cables go. Okay, now we have everything assembled. What we're going to do is we're going to check a couple things, fine-tune it, and make sure it's all ready to go. Okay, the first thing I want to do is check the brakes. When I pull this rear brake in, that rear should not rotate. Okay, it rotates a little bit, which means we have to adjust the rear brake a little bit. Okay, so we're going to take a 5mm hex right here. And what we need to do is have a little bit more cable pulled through this cable stop. So I'm going to loosen this 5mm clamping screw right here. I'm going to push the two calipers together with my left hand, and at the same time I'm going to pull this cable tight, taking the slack out of it, and then tighten up that clamp. Okay. Now let's check the rear brake. Tight. It's not moving. I can rotate this back and forth and it won't move. All right, let's check the front brakes. Pull on the right brake, make sure that, in fact, the front brakes aren't moving. Okay? The next thing to do is to check and make sure the transmission is okay. Now to do that, there's a bell crank housing down here, and it has a small window in it. In that little window, there's a yellow line, okay? We have two yellow bars and then a yellow positioner inside, okay? When I move the shifter up here, you'll see that yellow piece move back and forth, okay? When I'm in gear number 2, that yellow bar inside should sit between those two yellow lines, and it does. It's set that way at the factory so the transmission is adjusted correctly. We'll pump up the tires and you're ready to go.